The village chief knocked on my door with a smile.
Wan, do you want a husband or not?
I slammed the door, panicking. Why is Pei Juxiao here? The village chief entered, grumbling.
Good night. What do you mean by that? Disgusted because this is someone others didn't want? It's fine. The village chief will give you a discount. 10 coins. How about it?
He led me out and showed me Pei Juxiao, slumped by the wall.
Don't you like handsome men?
Look at him. How good looking he is, even though he's a half-dead cripple. Just clean him up a bit, and I guarantee he'll be useful.
Pei Juxiao's face was filthy, his clothes in tatters. He looked up at me with innocent and fragile eyes.
No, village chief. If no one wants to buy him, shouldn't we just send him back to the authorities? Why are you bringing him to someone's door?
Border village Qingquan has harsh taxes. Prisoner laborers are highly contested. I once bought injured Pei Juxiao for 10 coins. Others mocked me, but I nursed him. Only when he wed the princess did I realize his kindness was a ploy to escape slavery for rank.
What nonsense are you talking about? How could someone abandoned by the authorities ever look back?
The village chief is worried.
Even if we're stuck with him, there's absolutely no way we can send him back.
Seeing me blank, he thought I balked at the price and gritted his teeth.
Hey! I really can't go any lower.
No, village chief. It's not about the money. I really can't take this person in. The village chief, cut me off.
Me? When I took you in back then, did I say a single extra word?
I was immediately left speechless. It's hard to repay kindness. Years ago, the village chief took me in during a snowstorm, and I've always owed him for that. As I wrapped the cloth around Pei Juxiao's chest, I was extremely close to him. Our breaths seemed to mingle together. Without even looking up, I could feel his gaze on me. Pei Juxiao was momentarily stunned, his freshly washed, delicate face showing a look of confusion. I stood up and put some distance between us, my expression calm.
Wan is not a name you can call me by. You should call me Miss Chin.
Pei Juxiao's tone grew much more anxious.
But you bought me. I should marry you.
So eager, afraid you can't marry me and shed your slave status? Usually slaves stay so for generations, but now if someone redeems them, they can become free farmers. It's a rare chance. No wonder he's tried everything. I forgot Pei Juxiao's dark dreams. He truly has beautiful eyes.
I will help you shed your slave status, but not as your husband. As your elder brother, from now on we will address each other as brother and sister.
Pei Juxiao immediately frowned.
Brother and sister.
I glanced down and smiled.
Yes, they are brother and sister.
In my past life, my own foolish pride blinded me. On his wedding day, I left heartbroken, heading for Qingquan village. But on my way, I was seized by his men and forced back. He frowned, looking completely exhausted.
Wan, you should understand. My princess regent cannot be a country woman from a rural village. Stop making trouble with me and come back with me. I will give you everything except the position of princess regent.
Of course I refused, but would she ever listen? She imprisoned me in a villa on the outskirts of the capital, raising me like a nameless, statusless, caged canary for 10 years. Until her princess regent could no longer bear it, forcibly broke in with people, and pressed me into Pei Juxiao's chest. His chest heaved violently a few times, and his tone was cold and hard.
I don't want to be siblings.
Surprised, I looked up at her.
No. We can't be husband and wife.
Why not?
Because I have a fiancé.
I lowered my head and stroked the love knot at my waist.
They all say he died on the battlefield. But I firmly believe it. He will come back.
Pei Juxiao's eyes trembled as he bolted upright. The movement was abrupt and his bandaged wound bled again. Ignoring the pain, he stared at me with the intensity of his previous life.
She has a fiancé.
I gazed steadily at him quite calmly and composedly, without flinching even for a single second.
Yes.
I do have one. His name is Xiao Zhu, from the prominent Xiao family. We grew up together as childhood sweethearts. 4 years ago, Xiao Qiu enlisted, and he hasn't returned since. Such things are common at the border, and an unspoken rule developed. After 3 years' absence, the engagement is considered void. So there was nothing really wrong with me buying Pei Juxiao to accompany me for drinks. Later on, after spending so much time together, I was moved by Pei Juxiao's superb acting skills, and left Qingquan village with him. When we left, Xiao Kun still hadn't returned. He was probably really dead, but it didn't matter. In this life, if I insist on staying loyal to him, who could say anything about it?
Either become siblings or continue being a servant, choose one.
As I spoke, I raised an eyebrow and tilted my head, staring at Pei Juxiao's sullen face. Naturally, he was displeased. Indeed, after hearing my options, Pei Juxiao's thin lips immediately parted in surprise, his gaze fixed on me, the flickering candlelight reflected in his dark, suppressed pupils. His chest rose and fell a few times, his Adam's apple bobbing up and down, and he almost forced out 2 words from his throat. I curved my lips into a slight smile, put away the medicinal herbs, stood up, and walked out. As I closed the door, I glanced back at her.
You should get some rest early, my dear brother.
Pei Juxiao clenched his fist as the door shut, leaving the room silent. I dreamed of my past life. First, trapped in Qingquan village as an orphan. Then, kept in a grand mansion as Pei Juxiao's mistress. In those 30 years, I never knew a cold winter or a good rain. A sudden knock woke me, and I heard Pei Juxiao outside. I've made porridge, come eat. My eyes narrowed as a plan formed.
I said, you're just the son of a noble family that has been confiscated.
I looked up at Pei Juxiao.
So you can read?
Pei Juxiao nodded earnestly.
Very good.
I reached out and pointed to the bookshelf in the study.
Check the herb book on the shelf. Please compare the illustrations, find the Sanki and Baiwu Baichi in the cabinet, and dry them on the courtyard basket.
Pei Juxiao seemed surprised by my arrangement and was momentarily stunned.
But I'm still injured. And my legs and feet.
If you can limp around to make porridge, you can limp around to dry herbs. In short, I don't keep idle people here.
I glanced at him indifferently.
After all, that saying is true. Nothing cheap is ever good.
Cheap things aren't good. I won't repeat my past life. I won't just pamper him. He must contribute too. Pei Juxiao looked complicated, but I didn't care to understand. I glanced at him and rose to leave, but suddenly he grabbed my wrist tightly.
Where are you going? I never said I wouldn't do it.
Gao Chongqing would rather provoke him than...
Now there's another mouth to feed at home for no reason. And another leg that needs treatment. I have to gather herbs and earn money, brother.
I usually treat village illnesses, but everyone here is a familiar face. When I make house calls, they pay me in tofu or greens. Others just offer a pillowcase. So my poverty is no act. Pei Juxiao drags his lame leg in and out, looking truly pitiful.
Is really that tough? How about we set some conditions then?
Pei Juxiao froze. Then his voice whispered.
Don't call me brother. Can you just call me Juxiao?
No.
I don't understand why he's so insistent on what I call him, as if changing the way I address him could change our relationship. In our past life, I called him Juxiao constantly, but he'd always frown and tell me to say brother in public. 5 or 6 days passed, and the Xiongnu border attacks intensified. Many were hurt. Demand for herbs like Baichong, Sanki, and Baiji far exceeded supply, with prices soaring 20-fold. My courtyard had the most herbs, yet I didn't raise my prices. I do want to make money, but not this way. Not wanting to profit from misfortune, I set rules. I limited daily patients and medicine. If there was one extra, I wouldn't sell, no matter how sick. Still, I was so exhausted I could barely move. After my last patient, too tired to reach my room, I collapsed on the courtyard's stone table and fell into a deep sleep. I woke to a soft pressure on my lips, as if someone were sighing and pressing against me. Annoyed, I murmured a warning and opened my eyes to see Pei Juxiao. He coughed softly into his hand, bending slightly.
Time to eat.
Confused, I touched my lips, unsure if it was real. It had to be a dream. Pei Juxiao would never kiss me secretly.
It's soup and fruit sent over by New from next door. They said the soup is excellent. Try it.
Unlike before, the one cooking and eagerly waiting for a taste is now Pei Juxiao, not me. He ladled soup for me, eyes shining. The village chief was right. This little cripple was strikingly handsome. Cleaned up with thick brows and broad shoulders, he stood out. Now, many girls who hadn't bought him regretted it, but I avoided his face, so full of pretense, and just quietly drank. I said nothing, and his anticipation finally faded into disappointment.
Wanwan, you're always so warm and pleasant with everyone else. But with me, you have nothing to say? Is the soup good?
As the soup slid down my throat, I raised my eyebrows, calculating.
That's actually pretty good. So what of it?
No one knows better than I do, Pei Juxiao, that everything comes with a price tag. I always have to give something in return to be worthy of his attentive, ingratiating act. In my previous life, I gave him more than enough warmth and kindness, but did he ever truly care?
If you like the soup, that's what matters.
Those words were so fake they killed my appetite. I put down the bowl, tilted my head and looked at him. He picked up where I had interrupted him. Regarding his recovery, he only wanted 3 things: freedom, healing, and the imperial exam. The first 2 are done, but he hasn't mentioned the exam since. What is he really after with this sudden gentleness? Just as I was about to speak, a sudden, urgent pounding hit the door.
Dr. Chin, please save us. Please save my husband, Xiao Fengqiang.
The sign on the door says no patients for now, yet they still knock. I stayed seated, refusing to move, no exceptions.
Dr. Chin, I know you have your rules, but I truly have no other choice. We're from the city garrison, ambushed by the Xiongnu. My husband was slashed 7 times, and I don't want him to die. His life is hanging by a thread. All the pharmacies in the city are out of medicine. Only you can save him.
My mind cleared. I sprang up and opened the door. 2 injured soldiers carried a bloody man inside. In the dim room, candlelight showed him on the bed, breathing weakly, his face smeared with mud, unrecognizable. I gritted my teeth and tore open his robe. A familiar red token slipped from his chest, matching the one at my waist from Tongsun Street. Just as I thought. The soldier had mentioned Deputy General Xiao. Nothing had shocked me more than realizing Xiao Zuo was still alive. Thanks to my herbs and skills, I saved him. After a night of fever, he woke the next afternoon. I rested by the bed with a relieved smile.
Long time no see.
I truly didn't know how to respond to those 4 words. The regrets of our past life, the reunion in this one. We have so much to explain to each other, yet it seems like only these 4 words can be said.
Let me wipe your face for you.
Don't turn away. I got up, picked up the towel from the basin by the bed, wrung out the water, and sat back down, gently wiping the blood and dirt from his face, gradually revealing those handsome, striking features. Xiao Heng lowered his eyes to look at his arms, which were hanging in slings around his neck, and couldn't help but chuckle.
When we were kids, you used my clothes to wipe your notes. Now that we're grown up, you wipe my face. Does that make us even?
I carefully wiped his cheeks. This was different. The door was gently pushed open. Pei Juxiao appeared in the doorway carrying food. When he saw the scene inside, his pupils contracted, his face turned cold, and he limped over. Xiao Heng wasn't blind. He could tell the atmosphere was off. This is Wanwan.
Hey, Juxiao.
I didn't stop wiping.
My elder brother.
Pei Juxiao immediately let out a cold snort, his gaze sizing up Xiao Heng. But his question was directed at me. How come? Is this someone Wanwan knows? I stopped what I was doing, handed the double knot from the bedside back to Xiao Heng, then looked up and met Pei Juxiao's eyes.
Brother, this is Xiao Cheng, my fiancé who has returned after being missing.
The food fell to the ground with the sound of a porcelain bowl shattering, and in the next second, my wrist was suddenly grabbed tightly.
What did you say?
My wrist ached from the tight grip. I was momentarily stunned but stayed still. The pain made me irritable and my glance sharpened.
I said, this is Xiao Heng, my childhood sweetheart and fiancé. Brother, do you need me to say it a few more times?
Pei Juxiao's pupils suddenly contracted, as if he was startled by my gaze. He slowly let go of my hand and took a few steps back. When he looked up again, his expression had already returned to normal.
Congratulations, Wanwan. Little by little, you finally waited for him.
He said this with utter calm and sincerity, but it left my heart feeling cold. This is Pei Juxiao. Pei Juxiao is someone who can hide his emotions extremely well, acting so convincingly that no one knows whether the person behind the mask is holding a knife or offering candy. But I no longer wish to find out. Pei Juxiao didn't say anything more. After cleaning up the broken porcelain on the floor, he got up and left. I can't shake the feeling that at this moment, Pei Juxiao isn't emotionless, rather.
His gaze seemed like he wanted to kill me.
I, Xiao Heng, suddenly spoke up.
You must have seen it wrong. He was clearly congratulating me.
Xiao Heng raised an eyebrow. Really? It didn't seem like congratulations. More like he was jealous of me. I cut him off.
Why are you still keeping the love knot?
Xiao Heng's words suddenly stopped, a suspicious flush rising to the tips of his ears, his expression a bit awkward and uneasy.
It's just a gift. A simple keepsake.
I chuckled.
You disappeared for 4
years and never returned. The engagement was voided. What memento is there to keep?
What do you mean disappeared for 4 years? What do you mean voided?
Xiao Heng immediately turned serious, a hint of suppressed frustration and sorrow in his expression.
Wasn't it you who first said you found a better husband and didn't want me anymore?
After saying that, his voice dropped, muttering softly.
That day I almost died on the battlefield.
I was stunned. Before I could ask, it hit me. I laughed coldly, knowing the truth. I thought you'd fallen out of love. Xiao Heng looked aggrieved. His eyes shone with clear affection. My heart skipped a beat as I suddenly realized. Such a confrontation is actually unfair because for Xiao Heng, we had only been apart for 4 years. The difference between him at 16 and at 20 is that I was still his childhood companion, the girl who grew up by his side. His feelings were still stuck in that passionate period when he first fell in love with me. But for me, that was 30 years in a previous life. I had already buried him in a corner of my heart called First Love, and then I fell deeply in love with someone else. Xiao Heng went to bed. I rubbed my sore shoulders and returned to my own room, but as soon as I pushed the door open, a large hand suddenly reached out from inside and pulled me in. My body slammed against the door. Shocked, I looked at Pei Juxiao, who was pinning me firmly in place.
Juqiang, what are you doing in my room?
What? Not calling me brother anymore?
Pei Juxiao smirked coldly, unlike his recent self. As if his past life self was back, I breathed out heavily.
Since you're my brother, you shouldn't be barging into your sister's room. Let me go.
Pei Juxiao smiled, nodded, and agreed with what I said.
It's true that an ordinary brother shouldn't do this. But I never intended to be your brother.
Pei Juxiao smiled broadly.
My intentions are anything but pure.
As he spoke, he gripped my waist tightly, his fingers gently caressing my neck, tracing along the artery. A chill crept up my spine, and I even had the feeling he was sizing up where to bite down and kill me instantly.
Mind your own business. You shouldn't have made me angry. You've been reborn too, haven't you?
All the hairs on my body stood on end in an instant. I stared at Pei Juxiao in disbelief, so shocked that I was at a complete loss for words.
It hurts a little, you know. After being reborn, Wan actually chose not to sell me out and not to have anything to do with me anymore. It seems you really have let me go. In my previous life, I was muddle-headed and didn't protect you well. I didn't cherish you properly, and it wasn't until after you died that I broke down and realized that all the fame and fortune I pursued were nothing compared to you. The day you were reborn, I lost my mind. Even when I found out you had also been reborn, and you did everything you could to avoid me, distance yourself from me, and ignore me. It didn't matter. I deserved it all, and I should bear it. I'm already prepared to spend my whole life chasing after you, making it up to you. I'm changing. Don't do it again, Wan.
Pei Juxiao's expression could no longer be described as obsessive. It was more like a twisted calm, bordering on madness.
But how could you want someone else? How dare you even think about being with someone else?
I didn't even want to say another word to him. I pushed at his shoulders with all my strength, but Pei Juxiao suddenly grabbed my wrists tightly and pinned them against the door. The door banged loudly, and right after, Xiao Heng's puzzled voice came from the next room.
Mommy? What's wrong?
Pei Juxiao calmly kissed my neck, his laughter low and deep.
Wan, why aren't you answering? Tell her you're in your brother's arms right now.
I was shaking with rage. In this life and the last, just how much more does he want to humiliate me? Pei Juxiao pulled me even closer.
Wan, be good.
Let's start over. Tell her to get lost.
When things reached their limit, I actually laughed.
Start over? What do you mean, start over? Unless I'm reborn, could a countrywoman like me ever be worthy of our noble regent? Would you really not play a gentle tune and lock me away in a villa on the outskirts of the capital?
It's ridiculous. What right does Pei Juxiao have to so self-righteously believe that I resent him or hate him just because he supposedly failed to protect me? He's the one who used me, deceived me. He clearly doesn't love me, yet he still locked me up. Almost all the pain I've suffered was caused by him.
I can.
Pei Juxiao barely hesitated at all.
Wan, in my previous life, I actually never wanted to hurt you. I didn't know you cared so much about status. I thought you understood my painstaking efforts and usual cunning. You're so pure-hearted, and I married you only because I was afraid. Afraid that everything would be over. In this life, I have only you. I will never marry anyone else. If you don't like me, then I won't pursue an official career anymore. We'll just stay in Qingquan Village. Let's live together like this, all right? Wan, will you trust me one more time?
I don't care about your so-called good intentions. I won't accept them, and I don't believe her. All I know is that the so-called protection she talks about was just her using and deceiving me in my past life. My silence made Pei Juxiao nervous.
Wan.
All right, I am already speechless in the face of such shamelessness. There's nothing left but a powerless, cold laugh.
Let's restart.
Pei Juxiao sighed in relief like finding a treasure. The Emperor held me, trembling. Wan, you're finally back.
Village Chief, do you want a son-in-law or not? How about Pei Juxiao? Now he's all cleaned up, not limping anymore, and quite handsome. There are so many girls in the village fighting over him. He's just the right match for our beautiful Chow Chow. You saved my life, so as for money and such...
I don't care about that.
At all.
The main thing is to repay your kindness, even a single coin. How about it? I put Pei Juxiao's anger on the table and started talking business with the village chief, smiling. The village chief frowned. He looked at me with displeasure.
Wan, what are you doing? How can you return someone you've already bought?
I calmly took a sip of tea and slowly looked up.
I said if he can be returned, he will be.
The village chief's face darkened, and he was just about to scold me when I leisurely added another sentence.
Village Chief, did you know that Xiao Heng has come back?
The chief froze. I smiled and said, I remember Chao Kiao also liked Xiao Heng. She even threw a fit, demanding the engagement. I refused, and felt guilty for a while. She's the type to destroy what she can't have. But after I turned her down, she never brought it up again.
I suppose it was the village chief who managed to calm her down with some clever tricks.
The village chief forced a dry smile and responded with a sound. I found it amusing in my heart.
Xiao Heng also said that he wants to personally visit another day to thank the village chief and Xiao Qiao for making it possible.
The village chief's face instantly turned pale, and he hurriedly took out a coin to give me.
No, that's not necessary. Since I'm accompanying Juxiao, there's no need to trouble young Master Xiao.
By the way, village chief, you saved my life back then, and now I've repaid you by arranging a marriage for your daughter. I guess we're even now. Why don't we just put it in writing? Once our debts of gratitude are settled, we'll have nothing more to do with each other.
The village chief's lips trembled, his face changed drastically, and then he cursed.
You ingrate!
When I got home, Peiju Xiao was in the courtyard drying the white bear and Senki. Xiao Heng was lying on a lounge chair nearby, sunbathing. It looked like a harmonious scene, but in reality, their conversation was anything but friendly.
I am not his older brother.
After spreading Sangxi out on the winnowing basket, Peiju Xiao was the first to speak. Xiao Heng opened his eyes lazily.
It's obvious you have something to say. Just say it.
Drinking this heals and reduces inflammation.
Name your terms. Anything goes. I only want him.
Xiao Heng laughed.
What a coincidence. I only want him too.
Peiju Xiao curled his lips, his words laced with malice.
Even if she was my first woman.
My face instantly turned pale. Shameless. How can something from a past life be compared to someone in this life? Xiao Heng frowned, and at that moment, a wave of shame completely swept over me.
Only spineless men treat a woman's chastity as something to brag about. So what if you were her first man? Was she your first woman?
Peiju Xiao was born to nobility, so a personal maid was expected. His face darkened, and his pride vanished.
Oh, she wasn't. Then how do you have the nerve to...
Xiao Heng gave a cold, mocking smile.
You couldn't even save your first time for the woman you love. How shameful.
I held my breath, perhaps because it had been so long since we last met, that I had completely forgotten how notorious this guy was as a child, so good at arguing. His words had turned Peiju Xiao's face ashen, and it looked like a fight was about to break out. I quickly made a noise and took 2 steps forward. The 2 men in the courtyard changed their expression simultaneously. Peiju Xiao smiled at me first.
Old Wan, the medicinal herbs are almost dried up. We need to replenish some more. It's nothing.
No need to restock. I'd planned to save 100 taels to repay the chief for easing my sentence.
Alas, it's just a pity that my arms are injured and I can't help out.
Xiao Heng, who was lying on the recliner, suddenly sat up and let out a long sigh.
Truly, I've troubled you, brother. With you being so capable, Wan Wan will be blessed in the future.
Peiju Xiao narrowed his eyes.
Xiao Ha.
I hurried forward and stood between the 2 of them.
Your injury is no longer serious, so you should return to the barracks today. My brother's foot is still not healed, so I'll escort you back.
Peiju Xiao jumped down from the plum tree while Xiao Heng curled his lips into a smile and gave me a deep look before turning and heading back into the house. I couldn't help but shake my head, but then I was suddenly hugged from behind. Peiju Xiao rested his chin on my shoulder and whispered softly, "Come back early." I lowered my eyes.
In the evening, go to the village chief's house. He has fixed the mechanism for you. Remember to pick it up.
Peiju Xiao nodded obediently and said, "Okay." Xiao Heng personally led the way, and I escorted him back to the military camp. There are many enemy spies near the border, so our camp's location is extremely secret.
Change this medicine every 2 days. Remember to keep your diet light and make sure the wound doesn't get wet. Also, avoid any strenuous activity.
As I helped Xiao Heng change his bandages, I carefully reminded him of all the things he needed to pay attention to. But after a long while without hearing a response from him, I looked up and saw Xiao Heng gazing at me intently.
Do you really have to leave? Does our engagement not count anymore?
How could it count, Xiao Heng?
I untied my tongxin knot to give it to him, but Xiao Heng clenched his fist, refusing. I sighed helplessly.
Should you give up your ambitions and become a deserter? Or should I give up my dreams, stay alone in an empty room, and become the wife who waits day and night for your return?
I lived this kind of life for 10 years in my previous life. I really don't want to go through it again. Xiao Heng's expression darkened, but I just smiled and reached out to pry open his palm.
The best ending for 2 people with conflicting pursuits.
Is watching from afar. Suddenly, Xiao Heng unclenched and grabbed my hand tightly.
But if our pursuits aren't in conflict, Wan Wan, once the country is at peace and no longer needs me to fight, I can stay by your side. I'll travel the world with you, as long as you're willing to wait.
Xiao Heng's eyes were bright and dark. This fateful childhood friendship, separated by 30 years of time, I have no other feelings for him. Seeing me like this, Xiao Heng clicked his tongue, a bit of stubbornness rising in him.
Even after you broke off our engagement, I still waited for you for 4 years. If in the end someone is to stay by your side, I must be the first in line. If I die by then you can find someone else.
I was stunned for a moment, then gave a helpless smile.
Where did you learn to be such a rascal?
Xiao Heng curled his lips.
Just tell me, will you wait or not?
I left the military camp the next morning. Xiao Heng, in his stubbornness, didn't come to see me off. He said,
There's no need to say goodbye for something we'll see each other again sooner or later. Just wait for me to come find you, okay? Don't go too far away.
On the way down the mountain, I lowered my head and glanced at the love knot at my waist, smiling softly. I didn't notice that up ahead, Peijuk Xiao was standing there, radiating fury, until I bumped into his chest and he grabbed my neck forcefully.
How could I possibly dare to open the doors and windows when the light is shining in?
Peijuk Xiao's eyes were bloodshot, and the hand gripping my neck was trembling violently despite using extreme force. I kept hitting his hand, but it was useless. Breathing became harder and harder. Just as I was about to suffocate, Peijuk Xiao continued to choke me by the neck. He yanked me in front of him, frantically closing the gap between our lips, and I finally managed to gasp in some fresh air.
Does it feel good to be used? To be full of hope? Imagining a future with someone? And in the end, to find out it was all a lie? Does that feel good? Isn't this exactly how you treated me in our past life?
Peijuk Xiao's body suddenly trembled, his eyes showing he was hurt to the extreme. In the end, he let out a bitter laugh.
You're just relying on the fact that I can't bear to hurt you. How do you live like this, hurting others recklessly, without restraint? Don't push me. You know, I'm not a good person.
His tone was more vulnerable than I'd ever heard in either of our lifetimes, but it made me tense up as if facing a formidable enemy. Don't push me either.
I just want to leave you.
Peijuk Xiao looked up and started laughing, but a tear slid down from the corner of his eye. He sniffled, wiped away the tear, and his laughter sounded broken.
You really know how to make me feel utterly miserable. Why are you still leaving when I've already explained everything to you? When don't you love me? How can you bear to abandon me? I know I was wrong. We've finally been given a second chance at life. Can't we really erase the past and start over?
I looked at the tears at the corner of his eyes and slowly shook my head. As I did, Peijuk Xiao's gaze turned vicious. Suddenly, he let out a cold laugh, the corners of his lips curling into an extremely chilling smile.
So you won't respond to kindness, is that it? Wan, you're the one forcing me to lose control.
After Peijuk Xiao finished speaking, his eyes suddenly sharpened. He raised his hand, about to smash my magic mirror, but I was faster. In a flash of cold light, I drove the dagger I'd been gripping straight into his left shoulder. Become.
If I had known you were reborn too, I should have killed you the day I bought you back.
Peijuk Xiao let out a bitter smile of utter despair. He resolutely wiped his face, his eyes now filled with hatred.
Am I really that unforgivable? In my previous life, I gave you everything except freedom. I've done all this! What more do you want from me? Xianli, I just had no other choice!
Hearing this, I just felt like laughing.
Did you ever consider you kept me hidden away and refused to marry me because you couldn't face yourself? You never loved me as much as you claimed. You just couldn't let go because my love was pure and selfless, something no one else could give you in your position of power. But at the same time, you also didn't dare to face it. Didn't dare to marry me into your household, because my very presence would constantly remind you that the mighty regent was once a husband bought by a village woman for 10 coins, and that in order to achieve your goals, you once flattered, pleased, and pretended with this woman who could never be presentable.
Dagger, diamond ring. I looked deeply at Peijuk Xiao.
When you too have lost your freedom for 10 years, when you have experienced that kind of day after day despair and resignation, then come talk to me about forgiveness.
But Peijuk Xiao, as if a drowning man had finally grabbed onto driftwood, his eyes suddenly brightened a lot. He pressed his still bleeding chest and actually smiled.
All right, 10 years.
I never saw Peijuk Xiao or Xiaohe again. I practiced medicine while wandering through mountains and rivers, never staying long in one place. But in the 4th year, I reached Quanzhou Town's matchmaking bridge. The bridge was covered in lovers' red wish ribbons, some lopsided, others faded. The original writing was illegible. I stood on the bridge from dawn until moonlight, and once the lantern floaters had left, I finally let out a sigh.
Xiaoheng,
I have fulfilled my promise.
from now on, you can't blame me anymore.
The 4-year promise was a special privilege I gave to Xiao Heng. On the day I left the military camp, we agreed to meet again in 4 years at the matchmaking bridge in Quanzhou. If the war had ended by then and he was still alive, we would set out on our journey together. But today, he didn't come. I glanced at the faded red string knot at my waist, and I would rather believe that the war in the north has not yet ended. Ignoring the second option, I walked down the bridge. Suddenly, hooves galloped nearby. I saw Xiao Heng riding toward me in black and gold, bold and unrestrained. He dismounted at the bridge, breathless and silent.
This is killing me. Next time Qin Wanwan makes an appointment, I really need to ask her in advance. Do you have any idea that there are 12 bridges in Quanzhou, and all of them are nicknamed Matchmaking Bridge?
Young master, I almost died trying to find you today.
Standing on the bridge, I laughed at the sweat on his forehead. Years later, Xiaoheng and I rode north to see snow-capped mountains. Passing through Jinjiao, a blurry figure trailed us, never approaching, but never falling back either.
If he's willing to follow,
Then let him follow.
Xiaoheng pulled me closer into his arms and pressed a kiss on my lips.
Isn't it nice to have one more witness to our happiness?
Do you know who that is? Xiaoheng asked with a smile.
You don't know.
Actually, I do know, but it doesn't matter.
But speaking of which, that liar.
Xiaoheng suddenly added, I almost lost an eyebrow, how should I put it?
What, are you going to say your first man was him? You made me jealous for so long, but in the end, it was actually me.
I lowered my head and rubbed my nose. Are we going or not?
Let's go, taking my wife along. The sky is tinged with red.